In my last video, we talked about the oblique case, which is when a word changes because of what's going on around it. Well, there's one more case to talk about in Punjabi that's called the vocative case. And that's when you're vocalizing, you're calling out to someone, right? So if I say, oh, yo, buddy, or something like that, hey, bud, I don't know, whatever. In Punjabi, the word buddy, bud, would change. For example, yar means friend. And if I call out to my friend and I say, hey, friend, it would become, oi, yara. Yara. The gets added to the end. So the endings change depending on gender and plurality and all that stuff. So let's get into all that right now. Firstly, if you've got a masculine noun that's marked in the singular, once again, example is always munDaa, right? Basic, regular, marked masculine noun. The changes to ia. So munDaa, munDiaa. Hey boy, ve munDiaa. Something like that. Ve munDiaa. Call out to them. If it's unmarked, it either adds an a or just an a. So if I say, hey lion, I call out to a lion. Ve sheraa. Sheraa. Calling out, hey lion. But if I call it to my brother, my veer, I told you before a word for brothers, bhraa. Veer is another word. You can say, ve veere. Oi veere. Veere. Right? The a is there. I'm not really quite sure as to when you're supposed to add when you're supposed to add a. It seems to be a little bit irregular. So just kind of keep your ears open and learn it for each word. A lot of the words you use to call out to people are pretty regular anyway, so you'll learn the exceptions that way. There was one last exception to talk about with masculine nouns. Remember I told you some masculine nouns end in a, but they're irregular, like bhraa. So we have ik bhraa and do bhraa. Not ik bhraa, do bre, ik bhraa, do bhraa. When you call out to these people, you're adding just the sound once again, but you have to add the v in between for it to sound good. You don't say ve bhraa, you say ve bhraavaa, ve bhraavaa. Hey brother, how you doing? Whatever. Ve bhraavaa. You add that v sound. And lastly, the masculine plural, pretty easy stuff. Instead of an sound or an a, you just add an o. So munDiaa becomes munDio. Ve munDio. Calling out to multiple boys or something. And if you're calling it to a bunch of lions, you'd say, ve shero. There you go. Lion is used for like a strong, tough kind of guy. You also have the v sound. So we had bhraa, right? We had ve bhraavaa. You'd say, ve bhraavo. There you go. I'm not looking at anything over there. I'm just calling out at my wall. Now, feminine nouns are pretty simple. If it's in the singular, you add an a to the end. And if it's in the plural, you add an o to the end, just like in the masculine. So, ik kuri, you call out to a girl. Ni kuriye. There you go. Hey girl. Okay. If you're calling out to two girls, ni kuriyo. There you go. Two girls. Ni kuriyo. And there you go, the vocative. It's pretty straightforward. Last word, you may have noticed I was using ve to call out to men and ni to call out to girls. These are two different words used for the same thing, but ve is for masculine, ni is for feminine. You'll hear this a lot in Punjabi music, so you'll get used to it very, very quickly.